It's episode 4 of this 6-part mini-series where I'm taking a look at the complete range of men's fragrances from Captain Fawcett. And if you haven't already viewed the first 3 episodes in the series, then don't forget to also go and check those out, which are now in a dedicated playlist on the homepage of my channel. Captain Fawcett are a company based in the UK specialising in a complete range of men's grooming products, including beard oils, hair and body washes, moustache wax and also barbering accessories. But they also do a 6-bottle range of men's fragrances, with a couple of them even scooping some prestigious awards. This particular one that I'm going to be focusing my attention on today is called Booze Baccy, and it was created in collaboration with Ricki Hall, who's a male model and has also produced a fair bit of YouTube content offering up some men's grooming and lifestyle tips. So to find out all about this one and whether it's any good or not, stay tuned to this episode of Mags Frags. Yes, hello again and welcome to this latest episode of Mags Frags, where it's the fragrance that's the star of the show. My name's Paul and today's scent of the day goes by the name of Booze Baccy by Ricki Hall, which is a woody, spicy fragrance for men, which was first launched back in 2017, and it comes in an eau de parfum concentration. It's available in this 50ml bottle size priced at £68, or alternatively you can order a 2ml carded sample to try out for yourself for just £2.75 off the Captain Fawcett website. And according to the man who created this one, it's inspired by how he remembers adult men to smell back in the 1970s and 80s when he was just a kid. He writes on the official Captain Fawcett website: a Ford Capri, leather jacket, hairy chest, open shirt, gold chain, pint in hand, glint in his eye, an honourable gentleman, a cocksure charmer who everyone wants to be around, but you wouldn't want to cross him. And then he goes on to add that it's actually his late dad that he's describing, and that this fragrance is dedicated to him. Okay, so into the presentation, and like the others that I've already reviewed, the box arrives in the familiar vintage style brown cardboard design and features a gold sticker that runs around the side containing the name of the fragrance. There's also the name of the fragrance printed on the front, as well as the Captain Fawcett logo and the size and the concentration. At the top is all the same information again, just like repeated, and then around the back is a brief overview about what to expect from the scent itself. And finally at the bottom there's the barcode displaying the famous stiff upper lip handlebar moustache above it. You don't get the inlay packaging with this particular one, but you do get this really nice funky 1970s psychedelic print that's printed on the inside of the box. The bottle design looks like it's straight out of an 80s episode of Magnum PI, and it comes in a brown translucent glass with gold detailing. On the front is the name of the fragrance and the name of the house, and also the Ricki Hall signature, which sits inside this kind of gold pattern surround. There's a gold slide-on cap that does feel a little bit cheap and plasticky, as all the ones do in this line. And then we've got a gold atomizer, which does deliver a decent blast of juice. And overall, it's not my favourite design out of the collection, but it does suit the type of scent that we're about to talk about that's inside. Okay, so into the note breakdown, and the top notes in this are bay leaf, rum, orange and bergamot. In the heart we've got galbanum, thyme and coriander, and the base notes in this one are honeyed tobacco leaf, frankincense, vanilla and benzoin. Okay, so from the first initial spray of this, you'll actually wonder where on earth the Booze and Baccy name came from, because you don't really get much tobacco or booze in the initial first couple of minutes, and it's actually a really bright medicinal eucalyptus type aroma that you're greeted with, and it's more Vicks Vapor Rub than it is Golden Virginia or Captain Morgan, and it will catch you off guard if you're unaware of what to expect from it and you think it's going to be the usual traditional tobacco scent. But give it 5 or 10 minutes or so to settle down, and you'll start to smell the intense smoky tobacco start to make its way through from the base. And you'll also pick up on a bit of a mild booziness from the rum top note, and also some spicy leather touches which just kind of sit in the background, which are made up of the resinous notes of frankincense and the benzoin blending with that vanilla. And once it's all dried down, you're going to get an in-your-face ultra masculine aroma with a scent DNA that I'll pretty much guarantee that you haven't come across before. I'm not going to lie though, the average casual fragrance wearer is probably most likely going to hate this one because it is unapologetically bold, complex and challenging, but I actually really enjoy how it smells now that I've kind of given it a few wearings and got used to it. Although it's not gone down well with some of the people that I've come into contact with whilst I've been wearing it, and the last couple of comments that I received was that I smelled like a burnt pan and also like a burning pig on a hog roast. But these Philistines don't really know what they're talking about. But joking aside, to my nose it does smell like you've just stepped into an old-fashioned smoky saloon bar from a 1950s western with dusty wooden tables and beer caskets strewn about the place. And this is also exactly how I'd expect Captain Jack Sparrow to smell from the Pirates of the Caribbean movies. It's very medicinal, it's bright, but yet it's smoky, slightly boozy, and also a little bit leathery. So basically the perfect sexy rock and roll rock star scent. Yet as silly as it sounds, this is actually a pretty versatile fragrance that I think you could wear all year round because it's got some really bright and fresh top notes that stick around for most of the life of the scent. And overall it is a fairly bright smelling fragrance. But then there's the darker, sweeter notes in the base that just tend to lurk in the background, and this is what would make it really suitable to wear during the colder months of autumn and early winter. It does have much more of a grungy night out scent profile though, and for me it's more of a casual leather jacket and jeans type fragrance than it is a formal suit type scent to wear in the office. It's definitely got a classic old school vibe, so it will be probably best suited to men over the age of 30, although I think it'd smell uber cool on younger guys, but I just don't think that many men in their 20s would probably appreciate it and get what it's all about. And I think you'd need to be fairly deep into your fragrance journey to fully appreciate this little masterpiece. Yeah, in terms of performance, this is pretty potent stuff. And I've read some pretty funny reviews actually about just how strong and long lasting this is. And one guy wrote in a forum that he didn't like how it smelled, and he spent over an hour trying to scrub it off his skin, but it just held on and kept fighting, and it just wouldn't go away. He said it was like that brave knight in the Monty Python sketch that just wouldn't die and kept fighting to the bitter end even though he'd lost all his limbs. But he's not far wrong with this, and it does project like an absolute beast, and it lasts for hours, so make sure you definitely like it before you go mad with a sprayer, otherwise you might be stuck with it for a fair few hours. Yeah, so in summary, this is a very unique and interesting fragrance that's possibly the highlight of the whole Captain Fawcett lineup, as well as being the most polarising one at the same time. It's certainly not going to be loved by everyone, but I personally think it's absolutely great, and it seems to just get better every time I wear it. The opening is where it's going to be the most challenging for most people, but the dry down is magical, and it smells super masculine and extremely sexy. It's a true rock and roll fragrance, and they simply don't make them like this anymore, so I definitely urge you to at least pick up a sample to try out for yourself. It's a vintage herbaceous barbershop scent with a very smoky and mildly boozy undertone. And if that sounds like something that'd appeal to you, then I'm sure you'll absolutely love this one. Okay, so that's about it for part 4, but coming up in tomorrow's episode, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on this penultimate one, which goes by the name of Barbarism, from the Sid Sotong Signature Collection, which is a mouthful. And I may also post the final video of this series too, if I have time to get them both filmed and edited, so make sure that you tune in for the final ones in the series. And as always guys, if you've found any of these videos useful and you've thought about maybe picking one up to try out for yourselves, then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also to subscribe to the channel. It's also great to hear your opinions, your thoughts and your critiques on all of the fragrances that feature in these reviews, so don't forget to keep your comments coming down in the comments section. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in to this latest episode. Stay safe, keep smelling fresh, and I'll see you tomorrow for another one. Bye bye for now.